Welcome to Nicoletta XO's therapy talk about my problems. Sit back, grab a snack, relax, and let's get the tea spilling. Hey gorgeous, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Nicoletta and today is a different kind of video from my normal YouTube videos. And I've been wanting to film this, to be quite honest with you, for so long now, and I've honestly been stopping myself because I can't even really explain why. I just feel like I've started putting these unrealistic expectations on myself, and I just tell myself these things that I think people are gonna think, but it's all made up in my head. Can anyone relate with that? I just wanted to sit here and kind of be honest with you guys because I actually used to do this on my channel, and I feel like I have distanced myself from being open on YouTube, even though that is what I always wanted to do when I first started. And I feel like I lost that. And I just want to be honest and tell you guys everything that's been going on and kind of let it out, because that's what apparently us YouTubers do, is we talk to a camera. We like talking to a camera because that is just normal. On all seriousness, I just really want to be open because I'm hoping that it can help someone out there, even if it's not all the same issues. So this video is gonna be rambly because, you know, that is the Greek inside of me. I am a quite rambly person. I don't know, maybe I won't even upload this because I've tried filming this video many times before and it has not made the internet. So we'll see if this one is the one that makes the internet. Cross our fingers. I self-doubt myself all the time. But before I jump right into it, you guys know the typical YouTube plug. If you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, that's like the main place I still like to go on. So it's at Nicoletta XOIT. I really appreciate it. And of course, if you want to subscribe and join my family, I would appreciate that as well. And the bell, because who even knows if YouTube puts people's videos in subscriptions anymore. I don't even know what's going on with YouTube. That is a whole other story. I'm gonna just jump right into it and kind of talk about like how I've been feeling. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, though I've come prepared because, you know, your girl is on that time of month and I'm in all the feels today. So what's been going on in my life? I feel like the last time I've made a true update and have been extremely vulnerable was honestly a couple to a few years ago now, of the time when I was fired from my career job. I recently was let go from my job, which, if you guys are new or if you've been with me here for a while, you know that I went to school for psychology and I was a mental health worker for 5 years, and I was fired from my career, and it was sudden, it was unexpected, and it kind of turned my world upside down at the time. And it put me in a really dark place. I will link the story above if you guys want to watch it. It's a few years old, so you know, it's baby Nicoletta, but you could still watch it. It's a really entertaining story now that I look back on it. It was a really hard one to tell. That was probably the last time, and then I kind of talked to you guys how I was dealing with that and how I was dealing with a breakup, with a relationship, and a friend. When I was let go from my career, I finished only being at 30,000 subscribers. So YouTube wasn't a source of income. I just kind of did it for fun, and I didn't really make much money on my channel for years. To be quite frank with you, the first year I did YouTube, I think I made maybe $1 in the entire year. So YouTube was just fun for me and a hobby and a way for me to express myself and connect with other people, because I always felt like it was really hard for me to connect growing up. Going through puberty, I'd say, and then becoming a teenager, I had a really hard time finding friends. I was bullied and called numerous names in the book, and I never understood why, and would start all these rumors about me and call me ugly, fat, slut, you can name it all. They've probably called me that. What you say in someone's life, especially when they're young and impressionable, it could stay with them for a very long time. So that small comment that you may not even remember saying can really affect someone's life. So it's really important that you are careful with what you say to people, because it can hurt them more than you know. And it's crazy to look now, because so many of those girls that talk so much about me already have kids and are promoting on their pages not to bully. But they were that bully one time to someone. You kind of mold into that with hearing those things. When I was in high school, I heard so many things about myself that were negative, and I started believing them. I started thinking I was fat and I needed to lose weight when I was 15 years old. I felt like I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't skinny enough. I got called pepperoni face because I had acne. I have got called every name in the book, and it really brought down my self-esteem because those were the words I heard growing up as a teenager when you're so impressionable and you're growing into the person you're supposed to become. So I always felt this sense of never feeling good enough. And I don't know if any of you feel that way, where you just feel like you're not good enough. I feel sorry for anyone that has to feel like that, and how I have felt so many years that I'm never good enough. And I still constantly deal with that phrase of not feeling good enough. And I know it stemmed from hearing those things growing up because that's all I heard for years. When I left my high school, I found so many amazing new people from my university that made my experience so much better in life, and realized that not everyone is out to get me and be mean to me. But when I was let go from my job, that kind of made a really bad turn. It kind of really affected me. Since I was so young when I got the job, I was 18 turning 19, I believe. I went from being a student to a full-time worker there in such a short span, and I was so young, and so many people in that job that I was at were much older than me. They were well in their 40s, their 50s. This was their life, and I was just fresh out of university. A lot of them didn't like me right after I was hired as a full-time worker, which they ended up taking it out on me. I remember this day like it was yesterday, where I walked into the office and I said hi to a worker that used to be nice to me before I became full-time. So I was like, hey, we'll call her Susie. Hey Susie, how are you today? Like, all happy. And she literally just looked at me, turned around, walked away, was like, ugh, and rolled her eyes. And that was pretty much the ending of that. At that job, that was what I had to deal with. There's so many amazing people that I love that still treated me the same and were really kind and nice to me, but there were people that also made it a living hell. But I loved that job because of the clients and helping people. And that job, there was a sense of innocence and purity because the point of that career was to help people. That was all I wanted to do, was to really help people, make people's lives significantly better. And that brings me to my job right now, which is YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for 8 years, but full-time 4 years. So once this became my job, I was ecstatic because, once again, I started doing YouTube for years because I genuinely loved it. It wasn't for the money because I wasn't making money, and I just enjoyed it. I loved YouTube. I still watch YouTube constantly, and it was my passion. Somewhere along the lines within the past year, I'd say when all these changes started happening on YouTube, I kind of lost myself on this platform. Didn't know the direction I was going anymore. I lost the reason as to why I was doing this. It started becoming this unhealthy thing for me. It started becoming this thing where I felt like I'm never good enough. It started becoming a thing where I'm comparing myself, and that question of why I'm never good enough has constantly been coming up again. YouTube is an amazing platform. My favorite thing about YouTube is reaching out to people like you watching. Honestly, that is my favorite thing ever. Even all the experiences I got to experience, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I love creating content. I think it was also just, people don't realize that filming a video and putting it on the internet is one thing, but what comes with YouTube as your job is completely different, and you won't know unless you are in it, because I, of course, didn't know all of this until I genuinely started working in it. So we are going to talk about the tea of YouTube, and I've kind of wanted to talk about this for a long time, but honestly, I've been genuinely scared, and I don't know why. YouTube is a business, and although people like myself and maybe you watching are a YouTuber, and we started it genuinely because we had a passion for creating, or we had a passion to reach out to people that like the same things as us, or you wanted to find new friends, and it was a really genuine thing. But YouTube also is now become a business and has it has a lot of toxic things to it that a lot of you don't see. So there's a lot of companies that have scammed me through the years. There's a lot of companies that have tried to rip me off. There's a lot of people that have tried to rip me off, whether that is managers or networks. It's just so disheartening because I went from a career where you used to ask, what can I do to help this person, to a career that sees you as monetary gain. Whether it's a company or a person or a network, they see you as, what can I get from this person? What can I take from this person? How much can I make off this person? Like, you're just seen as kind of like an object that can serve other people's purpose to make them more money. As long as they make money or they move up in their career, they don't care about you. And it's just so crazy because I was in a job where before you would do anything to help that person just because you wanted to help and be there for someone and help someone deal through struggles. And I'm not used to being in a career where people just see you as a monetary value, or they see you as an object or as a tool to help their life. If I'm working with someone or talk to someone, I genuinely have the best intentions. I am not someone that has ever had bad intentions with people or want to use people, or I could never be like that. That's just not in me. I was kind of naive at first working with all these different people because I always thought they had the best interest at heart for myself. But a lot of the times they didn't. It was all about what can they do to get the most out of me. And this happens to so many YouTubers, just so many YouTubers don't talk about it. And it's really sad because I just recently got scammed working with a company, but I didn't end up posting it, so you guys wouldn't know, but I recently did get scammed from a company trying to use me. It was kind of like the last straw for me. It kind of just made me really break down and get really upset because I just feel exhausted. Being on social media is amazing, like I said, but it's also become a place that can be extremely toxic. And a lot of the times now, as you'll probably see and like I see on YouTube, it's like the more crazy or controversial, or if you swear a lot, or if you do this or that, that's seen as real. That's just not me. So if I were to do that kind of stuff, that's just being fake. That's what does well now on YouTube. So I just kind of feel lost in where I'm going. To be quite honest with you guys, I feel sad. Before, it was so much easier to pinpoint why I feel so sad because of losing my job and dealing with all that. I could put it on that, but I am grateful for everything that YouTube has given me and you guys have given me, but I can't help the fact that I still feel sad, even though I tell myself it's not, and you shouldn't be, and you need to be on point, on track every single day of your life. You need to hustle. It's okay to sometimes admit that you're not okay. I want to talk about it so that if you feel like that, it can help you out, because I know that these kind of videos help me so much when I listen to other people because I can relate to them so much, and I'm like, yes. That is kind of why I wanted to just talk about everything that has genuinely, how I've genuinely been feeling. I feel like I'm at this point right now in my life where I'm kind of confused on where I'm going, what my purpose is, what I should be doing. I overthink. I am the queen of overthinking, and I know so many people say this, but trust me, I overthink every single thing you can think of, and then I overthink that as well. That's always just been me. I've always overanalyzed everything. Like, I will overanalyze situations to the point that people are so confused and would have never thought of that until I brought it into existence. I feel like I'm at this point in my life where I'm kind of at a standstill, and growing up, I always planned my entire life. It's a problem, but I did. I planned what I wanted to do with my life, where I wanted to be at a certain point. I feel like I'm honestly going through a midlife crisis at this point, and this is my therapy session. The coffee is still hot, just like the tea I'm spilling in this video. I just kind of feel lost, and I feel like a lot of people feel like this, especially if you're in your 20s, you're gonna feel like this, I feel like at one point, or that's what I like to tell myself, because this is where I'm at right now. Now I'm just kind of like, what's next? And I just feel like nothing's ever good enough. And someone could have the exact same thing as me, and I could see that and be like, wow, that person's so inspiring and they are doing amazing things. But when it comes to myself, for some reason, even if I had the exact same thing as that person, in my head, I'm never good enough. It's just, I'm not good enough. And I don't know why. I constantly tell myself that it's not healthy. You are good enough. And I know this because when I look at people, I see the best in people. I've always done that. I always never thought people had a bad bone in their body. I'm kind of just trying to be myself and open up to you guys and hopefully help people out there, which was the reason why I started this, was one, to be creative and to reach a bunch of young women or even young men or older women or men. That's the reason I started this, to also help people. And I feel like I lost that. And I lost a part of me for so long now. I was so scared of doing this for so long because I put so much doubt in my head. No one's life is glamorous, even if it looks glamorous. It's not. Maybe there are glamorous times and points in life, but it is not glamorous overall, let me tell you. It's just not. That's just not reality, and it's never gonna be fully glamorous. Not everyone's gonna be happy 24/7. I feel like we are all guilty of feeling like the grass is greener on the other side. But most of the times, it's not, because even when you go on the other side, then you miss the old side. I feel like that is just human nature, and you have to make the best out of what you have. Stop comparing, and that is one of the worst things about social media, is it's very easy to compare yourself. A lot of us tend to take advantage of the things that we have until it's gone. But that is all I wanted to talk about today. I know this was super random, rambly, super random, but I really hope any of you guys could relate to anything, and just know that you're not alone. If you're feeling not the greatest right now, it's okay to talk about it. Don't hold it in. And also, time passes and things change in your life. So many things can change in an instant. Nothing's gonna ever stay the same. Change is inevitable. In the time being of when you're not feeling good, it's okay to be open and talk to someone, and it's okay to feel that way. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs it up. It really helps support me. Click the subscribe button so you're part of my YouTube family. I would love for you guys to join. And you guys can also talk to me on my Instagram if you would like. It's just at NicolettaXOYT. But on that note, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye. Wow, look at that.